Good morning, everyone. As continue to our report, my topic is about sampling. So, what is sampling? Sampling is a tool that is used to indicate how much data to collect and how often it should be collected. This tool defines the samples to take in order to quantify a system, process, issue, or problem. So, when it is used, sampling is used anytime data is to be gathered. Data cannot be collected until the sample size, how much, and sample frequency, how often, have been determined. Sampling should be periodically reviewed. When data is being collected on a regular basis to monitor a system or process, the frequency and size of the sample should be reviewed periodically to ensure that it's still appropriate. So, in such a context, the following issues become critically important. We have sample representativeness. It describes the extent to which the sample represents the larger population from which it is drawn. In sample representativeness, therefore, answers the following questions. Are the respondents captured in the sample an accurate representation of the interorganizational system? In sample size, the size of the sample can also affect sample representativeness. Over time, a number of guidelines have been developed to assist OD practitioners as research scientists in the process of sample size determination. How many respondents or participants are sufficient to provide a comprehensive diagnostic perspective? It is also a market research term used for defining the number of individuals included to conduct research. Researchers chooses their sample based on demographics such as age, gender, or physical location. Samples can be vague or specific. In quantitative or qualitative data collection, we have the comparison of quantitative and qualitative. In quantitative data collection, techniques are used. Sample size considerations vary based on the population size and the number of diagnostic areas or variables. It includes inputs, processes, and outputs that are assessed by OD practitioners to maximize validity and reliability. So 10 to 20 participants per area of interest are generally cited as a rule of thumb for qualitative approaches. In qualitative data collection, techniques are used. Sample size considerations are largely based on quality rather than quantity. So in 10 to 30 participants on the research areas of interest have often been cited as a general rule of thumb to sufficiently explore the research areas of interest when interviews are used. For instance, while minimizing data saturation. Saturation occurs when adding more participants to the study does not result in obtaining additional perspective or information. We have these sampling approaches, where sampling is used to facilitate the data collection process in ODC. A number of approaches are available for use by OD practitioners and experts in research methodology, each with its strengths and limitations and practice. So we have some of the more popular sampling approaches. We have simple random sampling. With this sampling approach, each participant is chosen entirely by chance, and each member of the population has an equal chance or probability of being selected. It is a simple method that allows for selection bias to be minimized. We have also a systematic sampling. With systematic sampling, participants are selected at regular intervals from the population, and the intervals are chosen to ensure an adequate sample size while minimizing selection bias. We have also stratified sampling. It is a sampling first divides the population into subgroups or strata who all share a similar characteristics. This approach is used to maximize representation from all the subgroups and minimize sampling bias. Clustered sampling. In a clustered sample, subgroups of the population are used as the sampling unit rather than individuals. The population is divided into subgroups known as clusters, which are randomly selected to be included in the study. Quota sampling. With quota sampling, a quota of subjects of a specified type is identified, and meeting this quota creates the sample. We have also a judgmental or purposive sampling. Judgmental sampling is also known as selective or subjective sampling. This technique relies on the judgment of the researchers or OD practitioners when choosing who to ask to participate. And lastly is the snowball sampling. Snowball sampling is commonly used in the social sciences when investigating hard-to-reach groups. Existing subjects are asked to nominate further subjects known to them. So the sample increases in size like a rolling snowball. So this is my reference, and thank you.